Hey my babies, and welcome back to my channel, Mother Snob here. In today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how I customize my frontals. I already plucked the right side, which is right here. So I'm going to show you how I plucked the left side, and I already showed you how I plucked my closures. So if you haven't seen that video, make sure you watch that after this video. So I start off by sectioning up about 1 centimeter of the hairline. So I already sectioned out my baby hair. That's what you see already sectioned out. And right now I'm sectioning out the hairline. You want to section out a little tiny bit of hair, not really too much. Because if you do too much, then you're just going to be plucking a lot of hair for no reason. So I start in sections. So I'm doing this first section first. And then I just wrap the hair around this pin so that it's out of my way and it's secure. So now we're going to start plucking, and as you can see, I always pull the hair back as tight as possible so that it's as flat as possible. So when I pluck, it's not like bulging up, it's just straight and flat. So I pluck with the back of my tweezers. You know how they slanted and it has like the tip at the end and the tip at the front? I pluck with the back tip. I hope y'all can see it because it's kind of hard to explain. And when you're plucking, you want to start from the very tippy top of the hair. You don't want to pluck in the back or in the middle. You want to pluck from the tippy top because you want to thin out the front, not the middle, not the back, but the front. So I slowed it down right here so you can see that I'm plucking from the front. But if you see that it's still too much hair like in the middle, I really am bad at explaining stuff. But if you see that it's still like too much thickness in the middle, you can pluck the middle too. As you can see, I'm going to the front, but I'm also going towards the middle of the hair as well. I'm all pointing at my camera like y'all can see it, but I wish I could point and show y'all. But y'all could see it hopefully. Now my technique for plucking, whenever I'm plucking, I'm actually going to speed this up because it's pretty redundant, but I like to create spaces in between the hair that I'm plucking. You know, like if you comb your hair, you can see the comb marks. That's what I like to create when I'm plucking the hairline, because that's how a natural hairline looks to me. So as you can see in the video, I'm creating spaces in between the hair because you don't want it too thick. So I feel like that's the best way to get a natural look without over plucking and without under plucking. Just create a couple spaces in between the hair. And for my girls, it's like, sis, why the hell would you speed it up? It's okay. Zoomed in, spat it back down. So I'm going to show y'all more in depth of how I pluck and how I create the spaces in between the hairs. Because anybody can tell you what to do, but when you see it, it's a difference. Okay, so don't forget to pull the hair back. When you pull the hair back, you get a better pluck. You actually pluck from the root when you're pulling the hair. So you never want to stay in one spot. I always pull the hair out my way so I can make sure I'm looking at a nice, clear, direct image of what I'm actually doing. Because when you don't pull the hair back, it's all still going to be right there, and you get a false judgment on what you just plucked. So when you pull the hair out the way, you see what you're working with. So you're just going to keep doing that, and you can actually comb the hair out too. It's best to do both. And when you do that, you just want to keep creating the spaces in between. Just keep plucking all over, never stay in one spot. But you don't want to go too far from what you're plucking because it's best to just do it by sections. So now I'm going to show you what we just plucked, and you can see the spaces in between the hair. But right there at the tippy top in the front, it's too thick right there for me. So I'm going to create more spaces in between. Y'all see how I just created that space? So now it's giving more of a natural hairline. So wherever you see it's too thick for you, because again, this is all to your judgment. Wherever you see that it's too thick for you, just pluck some more. But you don't want to create any bald spots, okay? That's why we actually section out the first front of the hairline and pluck behind the hairline. So it's more thinned out for when you're about to pluck the actual hairline, so you don't over pluck. So again, right here, I'm showing you the spaces that I created in between the hair. That's exactly how I like it to look. And I'm going to go right above that, right here, and pluck some more because it's too thin. I'm going to create a space right in between it. And again, you still see I'm not standing in the same spot, but I'm still creating spaces in between. Boom. And that's what you want to do. And we're going to keep doing this. And I'm going to shut up, let y'all jam out, and keep watching. Well, I thought I was very shut up, but I got some more expansion. So I just flipped the hair back that we sectioned out, and I did the same thing to the bottom section that I did to the top. Just sectioned out the first half, and then plucked behind the hairline. And then after that, we're gonna put all that back and pluck the actual hairline, which is what I'm doing right now. So I'm just combing all the hair back into the right. I'm combing all the hair back. Okay, that's what I'm doing. Combing all the hair back. I'm just about to pluck this. You don't have to pluck too much because it's already thinned down as I told y'all. So yeah, you just want to pluck. Still the same technique. Still creating the spaces in between, but you don't have to pluck too much because you already thinned it out when you pluck behind the hairline. That's what I was telling y'all. I hope it's coming together. So now that we're done plucking, I'm just about to start my customization process, which just means laying my baby hairs and all of that. There's nothing really much for me to explain for this, but if you want an in-depth baby hair video, just thumbs this video up and comment that down below, and I'll do a baby hair video, but I ain't got nothing to explain. So now that you can customize the hell out of this hairline, it's time to take off this edge wrap and see your work. Bam. And that's what you call a mother freaking scalp, okay? So now you just want to go ahead and take your rat tail comb and comb out your hairline because it might be a little stiff and crunchy after you mold it. And yeah, you're basically done with the customization process. You go ahead and you style baby however you want to style her, and you go ahead and get her done. I also went over my hot comb over the hairline, make sure she was nice and flat. But if you want a part 2 styling video on how I styled her, I gave her a nice little highlight, then you go ahead and comment and like this video. And yeah, blow my notifications up. Are you crazy?
Bitch, I got your man.